Today we're going to be building this Redstone 3x3 Piston door. Now I'll quickly show you how the door looks when it opens. When we press this button at the bottom, you see that each one of the blocks get individually pulled back, and then after a bit of time, it's going to do the same thing just in reverse, closing the door. Now this door actually only uses observer blocks, note blocks, and the general redstone as you can see in the back. Same thing at the bottom, so it shouldn't take too long to build, so let's get on with this redstone tutorial. Now the first thing is just figuring out which height you want your 3x3 door to be on. So I'm going to go up a few blocks. That's about a good height. And then these 9 blocks are where my door is going to be. And this is actually the front of my door. Perfect, so we no longer need these blocks. Now we have to go out 3 blocks on the side, like this. Break those ones because we don't need it, and place a sticky piston facing this way. Break those blocks, same thing on the top. Then have a sticky piston facing downwards, and on this side as well. And have a sticky piston facing there. And same thing on the bottom, going down 3, going across, breaking those, and place sticky pistons on these blocks. Perfect. Now we can put the observers into this block. So what you want to do now is go out 2 blocks with the note blocks, break that one, place the note block there, and have an observer going into that block facing the note block. So we have to go to the bottom, and we might have to shift click and have the observer going like that, making sure the arrows are pointing into these bottom blocks. And now with these, all we have to do is place a block behind the note blocks and do the same thing with the observers facing downwards. So going up into that block, and same thing there, making sure those arrows are pointing up into those observers. And break those bottom ones because we don't need it. Then we just have to place blocks down under the observers. And on this block, you want to just place redstone dust. This one have a repeater set to 2 ticks. And same thing on this side. What this does is we can actually control the door with the note blocks. Say for instance, the door ends up like this and it's out of place. I can control it with the note blocks to make sure I can put all the blocks back into place. Now we're going to power our first 2 pistons by making an observer tower. So at the bottom where we have the redstone repeater, you want to place 2 note blocks in front of it. One there, and then we have to make an observer tower going to the top of 5 observers. So you want to place the observer facing upwards like that with redstone dust, and place 4 more doing the same pattern. Oops, same thing, that's 3, 4, and that is number 5. We're good to go. And now next to these sticky pistons, all we have to do is place a note block at this height, break that bottom one, and have observer going into that piston, making sure this observer is in line with that piston. And on this one, we have to do another note block, just like that, with observer going into that piston. And now you'll notice when I press the note blocks, it controls that door. Same thing on this side, controls that one. So that's good to go. And then you want to place glass blocks on top of these 2, and then have a note block at this corner. Place redstone dust on all of these blocks, like that. And if you don't want to hear this note block when it plays, you can place glass blocks on top of that note block and just fix it after. And then same thing for these bottom ones, glass blocks on top of the note blocks, just so it doesn't make a sound every time the piston door is activated. Now we just go in front of our 3x3 piston door, and on that note block, we want to place an observer facing this way with a block in front of it. Perfect. And then redstone dust on that block, and then the sticky piston. Perfect. Now we go out 5 glass blocks from the sticky piston. That is 5. And then we go down by 1 observer, like that. And then what we have to do is place a note block right here, and then go down again. Another observer facing downwards. Break the bottom because we don't need it. And let's place redstone dust on this observer. That's good to go. And under this last observer, you just want to place a normal block with a note block in front of it, and then an observer in front of this note block. And same thing on this side. And now we just have to fill it up with redstone dust. So on all these blocks, redstone dust. And those 2 blocks should move. And to fix them, you just tap the note blocks, and that's good to go. So now we've actually built the outer 8 shell for the blocks. And next, we're going to move the middle block. And again, if you don't want to hear the low block, you can just place a glass block in front of that one, and then fix it when that happens. Now to move out the middle block, we actually have to build out the tunnel a little bit. So I'm going to use this block for the tunnel. Go out a few blocks to the side. It's good to go. And same thing on the side. Going out a few blocks and down a few blocks. And perfect, now we can build the circuit. So at the top, you want to place a sticky piston on that block with a block of redstone in front of it, and then redstone dust in front of that block. Then on this block, you want to place an observer with a lamp in front of it, and then another observer like that with a block in front of it. Perfect. Now in front of this redstone dust, we have to place a repeater set to 2 ticks. Place a block in front of that repeater. And now we have to make a little staircase for the bottom circuit. So on this block, we will place redstone dust there, have a block in front of it with a repeater set to 2 ticks. Go out a block in front of that one, and then go down a block, out to the side, and then down another block. Perfect, break that one, and then a block in front of it, and place a redstone repeater set to 4 ticks on that block. And then dust on this one, and this one, and perfect, that's good to go. Now under this block, all we have to do is place 2 blocks and break this middle one, go out to the side and go up, and place redstone dust on this block and this block. And the last thing to do is come to the top and just place a block down next to the repeater with dust on, oh, that's not dust. Dust on this one and this one. And now our circuit's good to go. We just have to put in the sticky pistons. So I'll go over here and I'll break these blocks and I'll place a sticky piston on that block. That one next to it, in front of it, and then in front of me there. And oh, I'm stuck in it. And now the door actually should be good to test. So to give it a quick test, we can power the bottom, and I'm going to power it like that. We should see that all the doors get pulled back, and let's see if it works on the way out. Perfect, it works, so let me just do one more test. Everything gets retracted, and break it. Alright, it's good to go. So now I'll just build the bottom circuit to show you how to power this door. So before we do the powering circuit at the bottom, what I've done is I've completed the entire tunnel. I've extended it out a bit, and what you can also do is just power the bottom circuit. And then you'll notice that there's gaps I need to fill in, so I'm just going to fill in those gaps. And now there's no more. And you can also match these blocks to whatever you want. Any block that gets retracted by a piston is fine. So now we can build the bottom circuit at the bottom, so I'll just break that. Make sure that the door closes. Perfect, we're good to go. So for the bottom circuit, we're going to do a little comparative decay clock. So I'll just place a repeater on this block, and then go up a block, break these bottom ones, and then go out a couple like this. It's good to go. And I'll place the comparator this way, and that way, with a block in front of that comparator. This is just a normal decay clock with redstone dust on these blocks. And now, let's say I'll put my button on this block. Let's power this. So going at the bottom, that should connect up. Yeah, that will connect. Perfect. So if I press this button, you'll see that the door will open up and I can go through, and then once that decays, the door will close. Perfect, that's good to go. And let's do the same thing on this side. So I'll do maybe a button right here, and I'll go down, and I'll probably have to go out to the back and down around. Yeah, let's loop it around now. So we just have to power that same redstone dust. And let's put a repeater at that block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's good to go. So I press this button. Door opens up. And the door closes, so everything is good to go. You can also do whatever circuit you want at the bottom, but this is just an example of a circuit you can do. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for the door. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any other door ideas, let me know down in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.